presumably right now we are live. I've never quite been able to tell what the delay is
Presumably.
between the go live
Okay,
button
well,
and when we're
this isn't
actually live.
actually-
But
This isn't even vaguely official, so I'm not
it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
going to do any. I'm not even going to attempt at an intro for our 0 viewers. So, for right now, so welcome everyone to the session 0. This is an intro for you guys, not the viewers, just so you're not mistaken. Welcome to the session 0 for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, starring me, Greg, and others. Today, going through things, we're not going to start off right off the bat with character creation. I need to give you guys actors and all that for that, which I'm yet to do. So what I'd like to start off with is something. Oh yes, I just wanted to give a general starting idea of where the campaign will start in, as I have decided that already. So you guys are, let me just pull up the other map, if this would work. Guys, my Firefox is frozen. Oh no, it's back. No worries. Okay, so you are located in the city of Haven's End. Bonus points if you can find Haven's End on the map. Which is a large sort of thieving outlaw city, which is basically run by the Bloodhound Syndicate, this large international crime syndicate, and you guys are currently in Darkwind Prison, which is its prison, basically. It's less of a prison and more of a detention space, as it is controlled by the gang, so it's not like an official prison. But it does like to act like it's a prison. So, it's up to you guys whether or not your characters would have actually committed a crime, were framed by either someone in their backstory, or by the Syndicate, as a sort of minor plot point will be something to do with the Bloodhound Syndicate framing people. So that's up to you, but any of the ways there is some sort of crime hanging over your head, whether or not you actually did it. So the city of Haven's End is pretty, like, it's got its very own law system because it's, controlled by a gang. So it's not like you guys are going to be running across the entire continent with the police after you the whole time. But it's just, I think, yeah, it's a starting area. So I just wanted to give that out. Next up is I have a little handout that I wrote, which I'd like to go through. I'll go through some of the stuff I wrote into it really quickly in voice, and then there's like a good bit more than that. I'll put it into Greg's info dump right there. So it's 7 pages. I won't go through all the 7 pages, but basically it gives a general overview of the Covenant, which is the basic home area. Basically the area you guys not going to be restricted to, but will be generally in. Following that, there's a description of all the regions. So this is just all this stuff is just things that your characters would know, so this is more so a reference that you guys can look at in relation to the world and everything, so it's not... also, there's quite a lot, so I hope none of you have dyslexia or anything. But what was I saying? Yeah, there's just a general description of all the areas, like there's Dumnuk. Oh yeah, Dumnuk is Scalen on the map. I forgot to change it on the map, but it's got a different name, Scalen as the mountain range. It's a long story. There's Dumnuk, which was frozen during a war. There's the Emerald Coast, which is the region you guys are going to start in, which is a sort of conglomerate of various cities. There's the Galric Order, which is a sort of classic fanatic religious order that hates everyone who isn't a human. There's Markovia, which is your feudal sort of Central European, not quite medieval, but like Renaissance feudal area. There's the Pero Valleys, which is sort of like actually sort of like Irish tribes, or like generally a tribal halfling society with lots of I actually forgot to write that down, but the Pero Valleys has loads of like sort of magical animals, like flora and fauna. So it's got a very great hunting society. There's the Santish Republic, which is basically communist Russia, in which gnomes and goblins live. It's a very industrialized nation, which believes in sort of equality as long as working. There's Sarkania, which is an ancient lizard folk nation, as well as the Gripply, who are frog people. So the lizard folk and the Gripply are two races who'd be pretty uncommon in a usual Pathfinder world, but are pretty common in my world. And then there's the Stormlands, which is battered by massive storms and has loads of ravines and craters. There's some major organizations here that you guys can read if you'd like some more info on the Conclave, which sort of rules the land. And below that are the pantheons. I didn't go into extreme detail with these just because they're relatively, relatively self. What's the word? I think they're relatively straightforward. Each pantheon exists separately, but like they all, the worshipper of any pantheon recognizes the existence of other ones usually, but will generally think that they're evil or misguided. And then people can have specific deities within each pantheon. But they're just sort of groupings. There's 4 groupings. There's the Court of Light, which is your good old, it's your Christianity, your be good and be lawful. You've got the Spirit Concord, which is a bit more sort of pagan-like, where it's a bit more sexy, a bit more free, a bit more ready to mingle. You've got the Marigna, which is just all about war. It's just for people who really like war. And the Whispered Empire, which is ruled by these sort of eldritch, Lovecraftian beings known as sovereigns, who are not evil per se, but are manifestations of negative emotion, basically. So that's the rundown right there. So there's a lot there. I've written down like various races. So like I know this is a lot of info dump right now, but I mean, you guys are welcome to just tune me out and just read it through at your own pace. But so depending like on what ancestry you choose, well, not depending on what, you can be from anywhere with any ancestry, but I would like, not right now, but by the end of the character creation, to know just which region your character would be from. Doesn't have to be like a specific town or anything, just which general area. And obviously, depending on your ancestry, you know where you'd most likely be from, but not necessarily where you'd be from. So, anything to add, or any questions or anything? All right. In that case, I mean, we could. I haven't really thought this far, if I'm gonna be honest with you. But I don't know if anyone has. I think if we just went around in a circle and just said character ideas, doesn't necessarily have to be what you're going for, but just a general idea for the group. So just as a sort of a jumping off point. So I'll start with Hayden because I know you probably have one of the most concrete ones.
Yeah. My character is Squim, also known as the Feathered Menace. He's an anti-government activist slash rebel. Just sort of runs around hitting people that are in authority with his sword. He wears this red coat. It's made of red and yellow feathers. It kind of looks like flames, but it's just like, it's super flashy and the opposite of stealth. But it's very dramatic, and it's gotten him like something of a reputation. He'd be in prison for a real crime. He has not been framed. He did do something.
What ancestry? Do you know what ancestry and class you'd be?
I am probably a swashbuckler and probably a human, maybe half elf. Like maybe whatever. I don't know exactly in here where to add half elf, but maybe half elf.
It's under your heritages. It's
Yeah, I
like a
just found
sub race in this. So anyone can be a half elf. Wow. You can be a half orc, half elf. No, actually, no, you can. Daniel, did you have any idea of what you'd be wanting to play?
I was thinking of a human sorcerer with the gambler
Mm-hmm.
background, um, and the bloodline and a draconic bloodline.
Okay, dragon guy. Thank you, Michael.
To be honest, I am not yet sure. Most likely going with human ancestry, but most likely maybe a monk or maybe even a witch. I don't know. I'm not really sure yet. So, but maybe
Okay.
some kind of martial or half-caster, most likely.
Okay, thank you. And Johanna?
Honestly, also not sure. I thought I could go with Swashbuckler, but if Hayden wants to play that, that's fine. Maybe Barbarian or Druid? Ancestry, I don't know, depending on what I'd play.
If you're a human, we'd have an all-human party. Just 4 average Joes.
4 fellas.
Yeah.
That's a new group name, the Average Joes.
The Wacko faction is dead. Long live Average Joes.
average, average Joes. Okay, well, in that case, I'd say we can do the good old part where you all create characters and I sort of sit around and try and help out where
Oh,
I
don't worry,
can.
Greg. Mine's
Um,
already mostly made, so I'll sit with you.
Hayden's already mostly made. But so yeah, so go into pathbuilder.com. I'm here to help with anything. I have an almost full grasp, not quite full grasp, but an almost full grasp of character creation. So yeah, if anyone needs any help or anything and doesn't feel like googling it, let me know. I've created about 400 level 1 characters at this point in this thing. Oh, also with races, with ancestries, I'm using D&D terminology. So any common races, ancestries, any common ancestries are like fine. Don't have to like, yeah, you can just choose those uncommon ones. Apart from lizard folk and gripply, who are basically common in my world, uh please ask me first. Just because, they're sort of lesser known ones that might be a little wacky, like the Leshy are sort of plant spirits inhabiting a body. And there's other things like angel people. Well, that's actually no, that's fish people. But anyway, just ask me. It'll probably be fine, but just in case. And rare ones are out of the picture for almost the entire part, as they're a bit wacky, like dragon and android and
Wacko,
just
even.
a puppet or just a skeleton. So unless you have a really good lore reason or a really good reason you'd like to play, I'm probably going to put those out. Maybe once we get a bit more comfortable with the system, and maybe your character dies or you retire your character, you can, and we're a bit more comfortable with the system, you can bring in something a bit more wacky. But for now, common and uncommon, and just make sure you ask me before you choose an uncommon one. There are some pretty cool uncommon ancestries, to be fair. So, and most of them should be fine. So it's just in case. Um, yes, that's that. So Hayden, how's life?
Life is good. My character is just Squim again, so I don't really have to do much.
Mm.
He's just back.
Oh,
Well, the other one
sorry,
was
I
a
never
fake
actually
Squim,
said
though.
this, but we are starting at level 1. Level 1 is where we are starting. So
Yeah, Squim has been
yes,
de-leveled.
don't go high. Mm-hmm.
I think that one shot, yeah, was a copycat criminal that was like, "Oh, this feathered menace guy's cool," and I think immediately after that one shot
And
ended,
surpassed him.
it was unseen. But immediately after that one shot ended, the real Squim, showed up and was like, "Hey man, can I have my jacket back?" And the guy said no, and so that version of Squim is actually dead. that fake Squim from the one shot is dead now.
Weren't you guys like level 3 in that one shot?
Yeah, but Squim is just better than Squim.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, well, Squim 1 was a monk.
Squim 1 was a swashbuckler as well.
Oh, was he? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, that's true. I remember you were just talking about monks.
I looked through
'cause
monks.
you
I don't
played
really
a
like the way
monk.
they work because it's, I don't know. I'm sure it makes sense to someone who knows how Pathfinder works, but I don't really, and so it was confusing. It was a lot of like, it's a lot of more choices than you have with monks in regular Dungeons and Dragons, because you have to choose if you want to be like a key monk or a punchy monk in this one, and I'm sure there you can do both as key monk, but like it was different. I don't know. Swashbuckler seemed exciting, and I probably shouldn't just play a monk in every single campaign we do.
Yeah, I think a change in sort of design philosophy with Pathfinder is that there's generally more choices, but you have to go for choices, as you were saying, rather than just being able to be more of an all-rounder like you are in like D&D 5e generally. Like your subclass changes very little usually, unless it's like a really interesting subclass. Usually, it's just a couple abilities you get and you still get all the normal stuff, while here there is no normal stuff. You have to choose everything, so you have to sort of specialize. You don't have to specialize, but like, you're not going to be as much of an all-rounder.
There's
no
always
matter what.
fighter.
That's true, but even the fighter, it can do different types of
It's true.
hits that work better for different types of scenarios and everything. Also, fighters are very, very cool in this. Much cooler than D&D 5e. Like, they give them way more love than they did in D&D 5e, where they're just like, throughout all the 20 levels, they only really get ability score improvements and being able to hit more times. And
Yeah,
I don't even know
that's
if
the
that's an
fault of fighter
over-exaggeration. That might
being
be
the...
all they get.
No, I mean, a good fighter in D&D that's built with like the Battlemaster stuff gets all sorts of different cool moves.
Yeah. And there is the like Eldritch Knight and stuff, but like a champion fighter.
Well, that's champion
Ooh.
fighter is made to suck though. The whole point of that is that like your 10-year-old brother can play it without ever having seen a D&D book.
It's a cool idea, because I like the idea of someone just being a fighter and like honing their body and being just really, really good at fighting in this world of mages and everything. But they just made it so boring.
I think they should make a class that just has a stick and hits really hard with it, and that's the whole thing. No abilities. They
Sounds
really
like a
should have
monk.
just made a separate class for 5e that's called like noob. No rules. No rules at all for this one, actually.
No rules. You insta hit and do flat damage every time.
Yes. No, literally. It's just like, oh, I want to hit him with my stick. It's like, all right, well, you do 4 damage. Good job. It's like a video game. Probably would have been more successful than just fucking up one of like your main classes.
Also another thing that I noticed while preparing for this campaign is that some weapons or most weapons have special critical dice. So unlike in D&D 5e where it's just like double your dice, it like has specific stuff where it's like, if it's this, add 1d6 and 1d8. And obviously Foundry automates it. Well, doesn't make you type out everything, but that's an interesting thing. It seems to make weapons a bit more diverse from what I've seen. Oh, also we're using critical hit and fumble cards. So if you roll a natural, no, sorry, that's not how criticals work in this game. If you roll over 10 on attacking someone's armor class, if you go 10 points or over someone's armor class when attacking them, you get to roll a critical card, which will give them some sort of condition or some flavor. Atop the normal damage, and then same with going under that time, it's detrimental to you. So it'll pull them automatically when you roll. Well, actually, no. There's a button to pull them, because it doesn't know what the creature's AC is, but they're still cool and interesting. give a bit more pizzazz to the combat, you know, if you can just stab yourself in the foot at any moment. And it's random, so it doesn't feel like I'm just making up shit unfairly. Because that happens with critical hits when, you know, a DM is like, oh, sorry, actually, most critical misses where the DM is like, oh, you shoot your friend in the head and he dies. Whoopsies.
Oops.
You know? But if it's a random card that said it, then it's okay.
I would like to shoot everybody a lot, actually. I think that would make it a better game. I can't imagine any
Just
issue
a
with that
PvP
system.
campaign.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we should do like a full year-long PvP campaign.
That would be so fun. We all sit in different voice calls and Greg drops in on us to get our turns from us.
That's like in them community episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, community I mean, every single thing to ever show D&D misrepresented D&D hard, but community probably did it the worst of anything I've seen. It was crazy.
I actually thought it was
The
quite
first
good.
episode's fine. The second one is, and I still like the second one, but it is so not D&D. It's like it's like a theater class improv game that they're playing essentially.
Yeah. Also, yeah, they just don't do any of the normal rules. Like, I know it's like first or second edition, but it's still just strange. Like, Arbed rolls for everything, no matter what it is, which was never a thing in any edition of D&D.
That's not
and
true.
Doesn't seem too fun because that's like
what? You never rolled in first edition. DM rolled everything for you, yeah. Even like your own attacks and your own checks and everything. That way the DM could describe what you did to you. It's not a horrible idea because it means that instead of it being a game of numbers for the players, it's a game of like you try it and it works or it doesn't work. It's not like, I don't know, it degranularizes it for the players a bit. But it
but
also
I think the
makes
numbers add stakes personally.
Exactly, yeah. It also makes it much less of a game and much more like it makes it feel like the people are just like telling you what happens, and that's not great. And also nobody ever did it. Like that's kind of like the universal thoughts on the matter were like, oh, this sucks. Let's not do it that way. How do I play as Mario in Pathfinder, you think? What if I wanted to play as my favorite character, Mario, from the Mario franchise?
Probably Monk. He usually jumps on people. So that's a form of unarmed strike.
Actually, fantastic point. I did that once. It was... Well, I did that once for, I think, a boss kill, actually. I can't remember if the drop on his head killed him, but... When Henry jumped on that guy.
In our campaign?
Yeah, when Henry jumped on that big boss. It didn't
I think you punched him after falling, but
That's true. I landed on him and then punched him. Mario punches sometimes in the Super Smash Brothers section of his franchise, perhaps.
That's true.
Maybe.
He also has fireballs.
Good point. Mario is but they're not like fireball. It's more like a bolt.
Fire. Yeah, but it also sort of bounces across the ground really sad.
True. I think Mario is evil. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm starting to change my opinion on him now that I think about him. I think he's a bad dude.
Is it because his fireballs are shitty?
Yeah. He's just not good as a wizard. I think he's a min-maxer, but he only minned. He's
oh my god. That's genius. Hayden, that's genius.
I'm a genius. I know. I get that
Hayden,
a lot.
that's genius. Don't let anyone... Oh yeah, what am I doing? I should be making you guys actors. Hayden, don't forget to actually pull everything into Foundry.
I was waiting for that, but I wasn't sure if we were doing that as like a team. I didn't know. I don't know what our plan was there.
Oh no, I just forgot.
Fair enough.
I'll just pull them in now. What? Oh well, there's only Hayden as a character name so far, so I'll just name these actors after you guys.
Yay. That is so exciting. Maybe we all play ourselves. I did that once for a GURPS campaign with my friends, and it was horrible. It actually doesn't work, because then none of you can fight at all. Like, the skills were like, soccer.
That makes sense.
Games. It was funny, because you could make anything a skill in GURPS, but... But it was pretty rough.
It was depressing, to say the least. I was there.
And everyone had like 6
Obviously.
HP. And I don't actually know how much GURPS HP is. I can't remember, but it's actually probably about 6 for everybody. I bet I'm wrong.
I bet so too.
What do you know, Greg? The answer is nothing.
Not much. No. Sorry.
Oh dear.
Jesus Christ.
I should probably transfer over Squim.
Yeah, I just gave you. Everyone apart from Daniel has an actor, and now Daniel has an actor as well. So you now all have actors.
Yo, this guy knows how to spell Squim. How do
I
select it? Do I drag it in?
You should just be able to click on it.
Oh, it's because it says it's locked. I think I need to like unlock the character somehow.
Oh, right. With that, yeah, you just drag it in from the compendium. I thought you meant how do you just open the
No,
character.
no.
So go into the compendium, go into item, and then it'll have ancestries, backgrounds, classes. It's a bit. It would be great if the path builder import still worked, but it doesn't, so we're gonna have to make do with this.
I'm getting a phone call. How curious.
That is curious. So Johanna, do you know what you're playing?
I will play boring human druid.
Nice.
It was
So what
very
about you,
tempting
Michael?
to- Mhm.
Oh, sorry.
At the
Good.
moment, I'm thinking of between is that a magus and maybe witch?
Oh, interesting. Magus is sword and magic, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty epic.
I'm currently looking at the feats and thinking, are these interesting enough for me?
Hmm.
Hey Craig, we are getting our emotional support cat back.
Where's the
Just-
emotional support cat?
I get an animal companion, so we can get Phoebus back.
Oh no, Furbus is back. No. Whoa. The Wacko faction is live.
Whoa,
What?
That's so cool.
wacky.
Hayden's back.
Hayden, what's popping?
Everything.
How was the phone call?
It was great.
So good. Who was it?
It was Joey.
Who?
Joey. About cleaning out my car so that they can pack their stuff in my car. Because we're all moving out of here in like 3 days. Then I'm going to be
Where are you moving?
streaming from my real home in the middle of the woods.
Oh my
And
god,
my internet
Alyssa's
will
going
be
to be
very
there.
significantly worse. Like really, really significantly worse. But that's okay. I might not be able to stream
Will
actually
it?
after
I
like
don't
next
remember
week.
it being that bad.
It's horrible.
I didn't-
It's fine if I'm alone in the house, but if anybody else is using anything, it all slows way down. So maybe I'll kick everyone else out.
Yeah, you could do that. But your sister is all our best friends.
When have you met
you know,
Alyssa?
Every
Oh, in the
time we
background. I
streamed
forgot
when
that she
you
kept
were
on
in the
popping in.
house,
You're right.
Yeah.
She loves to
Yeah,
enter my
I
home.
kept on popping in, and then you'd be like, "Get out of here!"
Yeah, I had to kill them actually. All my sisters are dead now.
Yeah.
Rip.
What, you have multiple?
I have 2 sisters.
Oh,
Danica
crazy.
is smarter and less invasive. No,
How old is she?
she's like probably 16. I think she can drive, so yeah, 16.
Did you just see Daniel's webcam, Hayden? It was disgusting.
Oh, gross.
But I did not do anything disgusting.
Everything you
cracked
do is
my knuckle.
disgusting.
I
First
cracked
off,
What
And then,
country
like,
is the
licked your
Grand
lips.
Duke the leader of?
Markovia,
Markovia, right? Okay.
the biggest one. I don't actually know if it's the technically, but you know, it's pretty big.
Actually, no. I think I'm gonna go Oracle.
Oh,
So
I
is it
like
gonna
to
give
be
me?
fast.
Oh wait, no. Is it gonna give me a menu to do all like the ability scores, or do I just literally fill them in manually right here?
you do the actual fun stuff in Path Builder, and then you
And then I
fill
just
everything in
transfer the
manually
numbers
on
over.
the
Okay.
yeah. But with some stuff, like with you might see your HP was calculated, your maximum HP. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it always says your current HP at 0, but you can just change that. For some stuff, it does calculate if you like pull a weapon into your inventory, it'll come up as an action, like as an attack. Calculate all that, so it's not completely manual, but it's also not
Yeah, that makes
not
sense.
manual.
I have to ask, are all the backgrounds, because some of the backgrounds have like rarities, can I pick like any background, or are there limitations on those?
Just whatever background you pick, check with me, and then
Okay,
I'll make sure it's cool.
okay, I will
Uh,
message you about my background.
okay. Hayden, don't worry, your background is okay.
All right.
Daniel, what are you going as again? I've already forgotten.
Human sorcerer.
Ah, right, yes. Spellcaster. What was I going to say? Can't remember. Do you know what heritage you're going with?
Heritage. I put versatile heritage.
Woo! It's the better one.
Yeah.
Because you already get so many skills in Pathfinder. Skilled heritage is a bit useless. Versatile heritage is super cool though. Oh look, Solid Snake's ass messaged me. See what's
Nice.
going on.
For some reason,
Yes, that is good, Michael.
Alrighty, thank you.
for some reason, my AC just went down.
Happens sometimes.
Like I was
You
messing
let your
around
guard
with
down.
the death saves, and it was like, oh, sorry, this isn't yours anymore. You don't get your 14 AC. What just happened?
Oh, that's strange. Yeah, when I click dying, it takes away your AC. I guess.
Well, my AC is
Oh,
supposed to be 16 anyways, so
wait, your AC is meant to be 16?
yeah.
How did it go down to 14? Your class DC is
Oh no,
16.
you're right. You're
So
right. No,
where
no,
is your
that's
14
that's
AC
because
coming
I
from?
already have armor. That's because I already have armor equipped on my other one. On the guy
Right,
in
yes.
here. Yeah.
Also, I got a thing. Usually in Pathfinder Second Edition Foundry, when you click roll something, it would bring up like a whole menu where you get to choose your different bonuses. I made it so that by default it just rolls straight up. But if you want that menu, you need to hold Shift, and then click whatever you want to roll, and then sometimes, for example, with like unarmed strikes, you can either choose to use Strength or Dexterity for those. So you can toggle one off and then turn the other on, etc. So that's just that's just to make it a little quicker and then give you the option to go a little more in depth if you would like.
I think Squim is made
Also,
fully.
we're not doing XP because I don't hate myself or my players. Even though
Understandable.
Pathfinder seems to generally be built around that. But no way, Jose.
How do I give myself like armor and a sword and whatnot?
I go into items and equipment.
Where is I don't see an items thing. I see inventory.
Item. No, I mean in the compendium folder.
Oh yeah. You're right. All right.
Oh right, yeah, because with like the racing class and stuff, you can just click the little plus, but you
Yeah,
can
but it doesn't
also just
happen.
go straight to the compendium.
I don't have anything in the compendium folder at all. It's completely empty for me. Or
That's
not
funny.
the wait, like the
Um,
items tab. I mean, I have nothing there. Oh, I see, because it's compendium items. I see. There is also an items tab on the side here, but that's not important.
Can you see stuff, or do
I
I need to
can
show it
now.
to
No,
you?
I have
Because I
I have
can.
equipment now. I have a whole. Whoa. Yeah, this will work.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just showed everything in the items tab, so you guys are gonna have a lot all of a sudden. But it should be okay.
How was my other guy's AC already 17? All he had was padded armor.
If you wanna go to menu and click share copy of character, you can send me a link and then I can check just to see.
I'm doing that right now. Which Discord should I send it to?
Well, you can DM wherever.
All right.
You can send it to Counting Hell for all I care, Hayden.
Fair enough.
Where did you send it?
I sent it to you. I sent it to Bummerville.
Oh, right. I'm on the wrong account thing.
Yes. That makes sense.
I'm on Gregory, which makes it significantly more difficult, but I couldn't be bothered to log in on my phone.
It's me, Gregory.
Gregory. Wait, you're not Gregory. I'm Gregory.
It's me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's
That
more
appears
like
to
it.
have... Oh. Okay. It says here you don't have one skill training, Hayden. That's
What?
one thing. That's not to do with your AC.
I
In
don't
the
have
Path
one
Builder?
skill training. Oh yeah, no, I know. That's I turned one of them off, I think, but here I'll fix that. Yeah, I fixed that on my end. There we go.
Alright. Okay. Oh, he does have an AC 17.
Because of like the ancestry feat, I get a innate thingy spell, but Foundry does it separates like innate and spontaneous and thing spells, but it's cantrip. Can I just put that in the spontaneous instead of having two different like spell things?
I understood about 10% of what you just said, but it sounded convincing, so yes.
That would be the same thing.
If you say so. Why is your AC 15 now, Hayden? What is happening in the Foundry?
I don't know. It's a mystery. My AC is I don't know if I transferred something wrong. I feel like I did everything exactly the same. Maybe is my dex worse here?
Yeah,
No.
I don't think so. And you've got your proficiency set up in light armor. Hmm.
Well, and it should only give me a +1 AC bonus anyways for padded armor. The weird thing is that I have
Yeah,
the plus presumably 3
on
in.
the path builder, it's saying Dex +3, proficiency +3, and an item +1. Is it not adding your dexterity? Because your proficiency is +3 here as well. Yeah. It should be 17. Because the padded's only +1. Oh, I see the issue.
What's that?
When you set yourself to be dying, it set you to be prone. So it thinks you're prone, which
Yep,
gives a
and flat-footed. You're absolutely
-2
right.
duration.
It thinks I am prone. It thinks I am wounded. It thinks I
Oh.
am flat-footed.
Yep. How does one get rid
I'm
of
fixing it right now.
those? Okay. Oh, I see. It's in effect.
There we go. They are now presumably both inactive. Not that that seems to have changed anything, but
No, it hasn't. I'm trying to delete them, but it's not letting me.
I think you're required to have both of those in like your effects section.
Really? How are you making them active and inactive?
I was just deleting them. I was trying to delete them, and it was like, oh, this is inactive now.
Oh. Strange.
Maybe I have to delete them in a specific order. There we go. I got it.
Oh,
You have to delete
there
them
it
in the right order.
goes. 17 AC.
I did it.
You
now,
did it,
I'm
big
now
head.
overpowered. I'm now crazy strong. No one can kill me.
Well,
and it's all 'cause I'm on
17
my toes.
isn't
I'm
actually
insane.
that high in
I'm
Pathfinder.
wild. I'm so strong.
At the high
no one
levels,
can
you
hear
get an
Greg
AC of
'cause
like
he's lying.
45.
Greg's a liar and not a truther. He's telling bad things to us that are lies.
I'm a non-truther.
For real. That's on God, bro. You're lying to the people. And
On
I think
God.
you should definitely tell the truth.
Hayden, please leave my gaming group. Can't believe you just said on God.
That's on Ja, bro. Jase on Freud, king of SoundCloud.
What are you on
rappers.
about, Hayden?
Yeah, Squim is ready. He's made even. He's the best character ever made. Everyone knows
And
that.
you're from Markovia, correct?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I have that even listed in the little nationality page on there. I don't know if it actually means anything, but there's a
Not
section
really,
for it.
but it means something to me.
Means something, Greg. That's really all that matters here, is that everything means something to Greg.
I mean, if you think about it, isn't that really what a tabletop RPG is all about?
Pleasing the DM. It's actually, contrary to popular belief, people think that the players should be having fun and the DM should just be like working. Like that's kind of like the toxic belief or whatever. It's the opposite.
Yeah.
The players should be there for the DM to just sort of like have fun with and like screw around.
Yeah, have a good.
We're just kind of
good old time.
avatars for your tomfoolery.
Well, actually, that is actually a view. Not really a view, but something that happens with some games where the DM is sort of just making his own story and having the characters
That's true.
either railroading them heavily to fit into the story or just having a story happen and the characters not getting to do
Characters
much.
are just there
you know?
along for the ride.
Which
Yeah.
both of those DMing styles I do subscribe to. I think they're very good.
I think they're
But,
the only way to do it. Yeah. If anybody is having fun, then what are
Honestly,
you
yeah.
doing there? This is meant to be a combat simulator. That's the whole point. It's the reason we
Where
play.
my two overpowered demon lords fight each other.
And we just sit here and watch, and we have a great time. But like, only
You guys
if-
are a level 1.
Yeah, we actually you kill us all, and you continue to run the sessions. We are not allowed to make new characters.
Yeah, you just have to watch.
You have to attend though. You cannot not come to sessions, or I don't know what the
Yeah.
punishment is, but it's going to be harsh. I'll tell you that much.
It's gonna be bad. Death.
Yeah, it's going to be death probably. That's my guess.
It's definitely death.
And that's a good guess.
Mm. I reinstalled my operating system because I thought that the sound not working was to do with my operating system and not with my sound card exploding.
Mm-hmm.
So I lost the original file for this map, which means I have to remake it if I want to edit anything on it,
Oh no.
and that's really sad, and I don't want to do that. So I don't know if I'm ever going to edit this map again.
That is so sad.
Which is why
I'm going to make it
Frozen
my
Scalen
mission
is
to give
Frozen
you a
Scalen
reason
and not
to.
Dumnuck.
I'm going to make it my mission to give you a reason to edit it.
I already have a couple of reasons, unfortunately, which hasn't made me edit it.
That's a good point.
I do make good points. Oh, also, there's an orcish place here. Forgot to mention that in like my spiel or my what's it called? Thingamajig. Oh, my handout. But that Garethmuck, technically part of Markovia, but not really. It's more of just an orcish stronghold. If anyone feels like, I don't know, hanging out in an orcish stronghold. Daniel, how's your character creation coming along?
I'm almost done. Just need to add some gear, I think.
Woohoo! What about Michael and Johanna? How's that going over there?
Okay-ish.
I
Okay-ish.
I am. I'm not sure about my class choice. Maybe I'm gonna change that. Oh,
You have all the time in the world, Michael.
yeah,
It's only 11 p.m. where you are right now.
yeah,
Is it 11?
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it would be
11.
11.
Little bit over 11, past 11.
Hmm. Daniel, do you know roughly which region your character would be from?
I would be from maybe the Gallic or that's the human stuff. Right?
They're very human centric. So this is like a religious fanatics. They probably wouldn't be very happy about you being a sorcerer, but that could play into your backstory.
Mm-hmm. Where was the thing you posted the thing on? Again, I lost it. Find it.
Greg's info dump. Yeah.
Yep.
Greg, what's the further or what's closest to like snow area or is there something in like the snowy icy area?
There's Dumnach, which is known as Frozen Scale on the map, but once again, ignore that. It's pronounced Dumnach. It's Hungarian.
It's just spelled weird, yeah.
Yeah, it's a really strange spelling. But that's mostly barren, but there are a couple, because basically, lore-wise, there was a war that happened between an undead Game of Thrones White Walker army, and they basically froze this whole place. So it's pretty chilly, pretty freezing. But you can have like a village or a tribe or something that you would be from in the area.
Lovely. It would be
Well, why are you looking for snow? Are you a snow druid?
kinda ish. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just
But
kind of
that time,
recycling like backstory ideas I had and yeah.
Remember when Hel went up to the north and became a druid in the cold?
Totally.
You know that time she was teleported to the north
See,
by Vincent and became a druid?
Oh wait, yeah, that kind of happened,
Remember
right?
that large story beat? Yeah,
Ah,
those are
yes,
the
the
things.
homophobic and racist elephants. How could I forget them?
Oh yeah. Well, one of them was. Wait, were both of them? I
Yeah,
can't
no,
remember
only one
anymore.
of them.
Did you
The other
guys
one was
run a
very
separate
nice.
session just for that?
No, you weren't there for that session.
Oh.
Wait, were you there? Were you there for the session when Hel got teleported?
No,
Or
I
maybe
was
you were.
not.
No,
Yeah.
if
Well.
Henry was there, we wouldn't
You
have
would
had
not
the
have
issue.
lost that fight.
Yeah, yeah.
um, we just we had a
Because Henry,
scene. Don't worry.
if you remember, did in fact one tap that guy, later on. And sure, maybe it was like a little bit aided by the fact that it was like for a story beat, not an actual fight. But whatever.
Oh yeah, did you guys ever get that? Was that ever properly explained? That the Rakshasa who took control of Vincent Trench, or not took control, but impersonated Vincent Trench, was also impersonating Lucidor. And it was the same Rakshasa, and he was like obsessed with the party. Because I feel like I described it at the time, but I'm not fully sure if I did now that I think back at it.
I did not notice. I'm
All that
sorry.
matters is that he got his head blown off by Henry, and
Fair enough.
Henry got to come back.
Ah.
You know, Camden's been online an awful lot. On her computer, because it's not the little phone symbol. So I'm a little... I'm a little betrayed.
We all are.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys were dating and everything. How could this happen?
It was a sad day for Hal.
You guys are in a romantic relationship, and then one day Whimsy was just gone.
See, I was very confused for a sec because I thought you were like suggesting that Camden and I dated.
Well, I was. That was sort of part of the joke.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm
sorry
that you
for
guys
ruining
weren't
your
dating.
joke. Yeah.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I forgive you.
You never told us that you and Mark were.
I mean, I did tell you
Yeah.
now, didn't I?
How long was that for?
Not
I wasn't
that
really
long
paying that
ago,
much
so you didn't really miss
attention.
anything.
Mm.
I don't think we've had a set. No, we had a session since then. I don't know when our last session was. Greg, how do I import weapons, or do I have to do that like manually?
You go into the compendium and then drag it over like you would back in the day.
Ho. Why do I have a javelin?
It will. Why not?
Oh
Wait,
no,
why
from the
would
pack.
you have a
Okay.
javelin?
I don't know, but I have apparently 4 javelins.
Nice.
At least on the path builder thing, but yeah.
I'm impressed. Bimson, yeah. Ooh, someone messaged me. I wonder who it was.
Bimson.
It was Bimson. Hey Bimson, what's up, BBG? BBG. Ah.
Big bad guy.
Big bad. Oh my god, that's genius.
Baby guy.
That joke has definitely been made by a YouTube D&D skit channel.
Yes.
The similarity between BBEG and BBG. true. So Daniel, how's your love life?
Very good.
It's kind of the go-to question these days for Greg.
Especially, Hayden's been taken, Johanna's been taken. Michael is like married for 15 years. I think it's his 15-year anniversary coming up.
That's next
So
week.
like
yeah.
we have
Should get him something.
we have we should get him something. Man, if only he was here to tell us. You really need to really get on your ass. Get off your ass.
You really need to sit the fuck down, Daniel.
You really need to
We
stop.
do not need your
searching so
negativity
hard.
here, and you need to give up. Someone
For
had to tell
sure.
him.
Hmm.
You guys remember Gwenton? I don't.
The best.
Who?
Quentin was great.
The best character.
It's crazy how little of the campaign Gwenda was actually in, but how, at
yes.
least to me, still the character I associate with Daniel.
Gwenton was a main character of that campaign, and he was there for essentially none of the non, what do you call it? Like essentially none of the non, water deep plot points. Like literally nothing. He was his existence was entirely within Dragon Heist, which is crazy. Feels like he was with us for so long. And he was. We did
Maybe I
meet him
should-
again, I guess.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of, but it wasn't really Glenton. It was just his body. For ages, I was planning on Gwenton actually being like a bad guy who was like alive, but then I was like, I have to do a Daniel impression, and also like everyone's predicting it already, so I don't really want to. So I went with something else.
And it worked. I liked killing Gwenton.
For sure.
Felt good. Finally get some of my feelings out,
Speaking of killing Gwenton, apparently combat in Pathfinder 2nd Edition is way easier to balance than in D&D 5e. Like, they have an actual thing, which I'm interested to see because I'm used to just going onto, like, 5e tools and searching for something that's vaguely around the player's level, generally 11, and you guys just murdering it instantly. So I'd be interested to see if, there's something there, because I have not had the one vaguely sorry the one like balanced encounter I've had in recent D&D memory was that one time at the mansion in Neverwinter, the castle, and there was the big guy when Dagal Neverember died, and there was the big guy who beat up Renair. That was pretty balanced, as you guys all got relatively low. Jonah, I think you might have Alzheimer's. I'm sorry to tell you.
Yeah, that was weeks ago.
Yeah, that was like
I am very confused when what happened. Okay.
It was like the big guy we fought that sucked you into his chest.
Yeah, the one that.
Oh, that dude!
Classic.
Yeah, he worked pretty well. I liked that fight
That was
a
the
lot.
second to last session, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, now I do remember.
It was the third to last session.
Was it third to last? All right, Hayden.
Because we fought him, and then we finished that fight and went inside. Or, like, we hadn't gone inside yet at the end of that session, and then the next session was when we met, like, Zoblob again and all that.
Yeah, the ending of that session was Renair falling over and being
Exactly,
like,
yes.
I'm dying, guys. God. It's like recapping a Desperate Housewives or something, So many plot points.
So many.
So
It's like
many
prestige
plot
television.
points. I was going to say something in relation to that. Oh yeah, but otherwise, like other than that combat, it's either been enemy dies, and even if it has like a bunch of minions, enemy dies without doing more than like 20 damage overall, or enemy almost TPK's party have to do a Deus Ex Machina.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we're all fucked. Such as the Manchun fight, where I was like, all right, well, these guys have been killing everything, so I'm gonna up the CR a couple levels, and then Melanor almost murdered you all with his firestorm, and
Listen,
all the other gangsters.
that was literally the fault. Yeah, that was honestly. I think it's less about like what the enemy is, and more about just making sure he doesn't have one attack that is so crazy good. Because that firestorm thing was just like a wipe. It was insane.
But if it's not crazy good, at least in D&D 5e, then he can't do anything because it takes so long for it to be the
That's
enemy's
true,
turn
yeah.
between all the player turns,
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I thought the Manchun
I had
fight
so many plans for
was
that
pretty
campaign.
good.
Sorry, I didn't.
I thought the final Manchun fight we did was pretty good. I mean, obviously there was the flaw of monk have button press win.
Yeah,
but that
that's
was
true.
like that honestly was just sort of like a shoot your monks type thing, or at least it felt like one where like
Yeah.
it just worked out because that's what I'm good at. I can punch really good. So like he was very punchable. That's just sort of his fault for being so punchable.
Yeah.
If he had been a little less punchable, maybe it wouldn't have
Christ.
happened.
Johanna, your character is stacked. She's so much stuff.
I need to get rid of some stuff, but yeah. Lots of it was just the druid pack thing. And with the clothing, that just technically makes sense.
What's
There's
this pack?
built-in containers. Sorry. Go
on. What was that you said about a pack? Should I be giving myself like a swashbuckler kit?
There are those things. I mean, I just took that because I didn't want to like pick out everything separately.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. There's I believe
class kit. Yep.
I don't know. There's one of those. Pretty useful because it just gives you stuff you need. Make sure you actually pay for it though and calculate how much money. Because those are generally relatively pricey compared to the 15 gold pieces you start with.
I literally just dropped a 0. But I will go through and remove expensive things, I think. Well, actually, none of this looks like it's expensive. It's just the stuff I already had, and then some crossbow bolts and like a rope.
I mean, it doesn't matter if like you can be at 0. It just means you won't have any spending cash.
Mm-hmm.
At least at the beginning.
I don't know that I had any coins to start with, to be honest.
Did you click buy on the equipment, or did you just click give?
I just dragged it in. Well, in Path Builder.
Oh, right, on that.
In Path Builder, I have 6 gold left after giving myself armor and a sword.
Okay.
And a crossbow. So that adds up actually to what this is. Let's see. I would have spent 5, 7, and then probably 1 gold total on the rest of the stuff, looks like. So yeah, I've spent about 8, and then I have, according to this, 6 left. That adds up, yeah. So I'll give myself my 6 in here.
Oh, also, if anyone, the pet section of the Path Builder is only available in the paid version, which I did buy for the Wacko faction Google. If anyone wants to log into that, if anyone needs pets for whatever reason, I don't know if Johanna you need that section or you can just do your own thing. It's up to you. But yeah, I bought that because it let us export it into Foundry, which is then useless, which means I didn't spend my money very well. But what can you do?
Yeah, there's no.
Apparently, they're making like the character creation in the built-in Pathfinder much better, like in the actual module, which is why they stopped bothering to develop the Path Builder. So that's why, but they haven't actually released that yet. So we sort of started this did this session 0 in the worst time possible. where we're between not being able to import and not having a cool built-in character builder. But what can you do? So Daniel, you never answered my question. How is your love life?
Yeah, Daniel, you
Very
never
good.
answered.
Thank you. Yours?
What?
Yours? Good. Yours?
All right, thanks. Yours?
Good. Thanks. Yours?
Cool. All right, thanks. How about yours? How's your one going?
Oh, yours. Mine's good. Yours?
This is
Mine's
fun.
actually all right. Thank you for asking. How's yours?
This is awesome.
Actually, really good. Thank you. How's yours?
Pretty shit actually. Pretty depressing. How about yours?
If yours mean to say good now.
May I interrupt
He meant to
for
say
a
good,
second?
yeah.
Hey,
Sure.
Greg.
No, you may not. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't care. Sorry. Path Builder says I have an AC of 17. Foundry doesn't. Can I somehow change it?
Well, you can click on the modifiers and see what it's actually adding. So,
Word or
just
Oh,
above,
yeah, I'm-
just next to armor class. So it says dexterity and your proficiency.
You have to put it on.
Are you wearing any? Are you?
technically it should be
The armor
wearing
isn't
the armor.
on you. You are not. So there's a difference between just worn and then worn armor. So when it's just worn, it's just clothes. But worn armor actually adds it to your AC. So now it's a 17. Wow.
Okay, thank you.
Now we're both crazy overpowered. Oh my god, we're gonna be so good.
Yeah,
This is
unbelievably. That's
insane.
the highest AC you can actually get
They
in
don't go
Pathfinder.
above
It's
that.
fucking mad.
It's we're the top.
We're definitely not gonna die in our first
We're
encounter.
the best in the game. I definitely won't, I'll tell you that much. I'm not afraid to run.
I mean, Henry did the last time nearly.
Henry
died.
went down in our first encounter and almost
Yeah.
I bet Henry went down in probably 70 to 80% of our encounters. It's because
If
monks
Henry-
are
genuinely.
like
Yeah.
monks are frontline fighters with like rogue
Glass cannons.
well, they have like rogue HP and like fighter usage. It's nonsense. Monks, almost all the issues that people have with monks would be fixed if they would just give them like a D10 or whatever for health. Because
But
like
then they'd be OP.
I don't think they would
hidden.
be. They are not good. They're actually secretly terrible as is.
It's
They're
not
they're
that
fun.
secret,
They're
Hayden.
fun, but they're bad. I managed to make one decent, but only because like I took every possible feat that would fix it. Like I took tough. I had to take tough in order to make my health not unacceptably bad, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, it's still a D8. Like, that's not that bad. Like,
It's not
there's
horrible.
classes that survive with a D8.
There are, but none of them are supposed to be like right up at the front. And also the
Yeah, I guess so.
yeah. And then the DPS is also bad, but that's not. I mean, that's every class but fighter. People just like to compare marshals to fighter DPS, which is stupid because fighter is the DPS martial class. Like that's just how it's going to be. Or DPR, I guess.
That's why it's so boring. It's just good at
it's just good at hit hard.
Quick question. What are the races
Yes.
that everyone's playing?
I'm human.
Human.
Most human.
Oh, well.
Nice.
Nice.
Average shows.
All humans.
The campaigns, they always, every campaign I GM, there's a pendulum and it swings either towards everyone being really common races, like here, all humans, or, you know, I believe at one point in our campaign, yeah, I don't know if it was this one, no, it was one before where it's just like 2 humans, a halfling and a gnome or something. And then it's the other end of the pendulum when we had like, you know, Slayer, 2 tieflings, Lucindor. I
character.
No, those weren't all at the same
The
time.
the
Well,
weirdest
actually,
we had
having a Shadar Kai.
simultaneously was Slayer. We had the little dwarf or whatever.
Little dwarf or whatever.
We had human, and then we had a tiefling. I think that's got to be the weirdest, or like the most diverse. I don't know about the weirdest.
Yeah.
The double
There,
tieflings that were
one of my
unrelated was
other
probably the
adventuring
weirdest.
parties were, yeah, it was a Minotaur was like the leading man, then a Loxodon, one of the Magic the Gathering elephant people, then there was a Leonin, one of the lion people.
From the Greek
All
one?
of these were like over 7 feet tall. Yeah, from Mythic Odyssey of Theros. And then a Triton, who was like 4 feet tall. And that was the party makeup. And so it was quite difficult to sort of, try and keep the suspension of disbelief and not have everyone run away from this circus group that of like 8 foot tall monsters
Yeah, the
that
zoo
runs into every
escapees.
town. And then that was the same party that, after a couple characters died and retired, became a party of 2 humans, a halfling, and a gnome. So it's just interesting how it how it swings around. It's never just like an even spread.
Great question.
Mm-hmm.
You might have said before, well, where would we be starting or mainly playing, and what would the main line?
Well, start Haven's End, mainly playing wherever your heart desires, as long as I've mapped it out. But you'd be starting in prison in Haven's End, and depending on what you guys are up to, you'd be staying there for maybe anywhere from like half a session to like 3 sessions in Haven's End.
I intend to go to the other side of the planet. I can't remember what it's called.
The other continent that I
Yeah.
haven't mapped out at all.
Mm-hmm, that's the one.
That would be really
Exactly.
epic if you did that.
Greg, how does
Yes.
one efficiently add spells that they technically would need to prepare?
You go to the compendium, right? And you go to spells, and then you pull them in.
It seems Greg misheard you. Efficiently.
I wish there was an efficient option.
I see.
Honestly, I do. How many spells do you have? You're only level 1. It shouldn't take that long.
I mean, it's prepared. I need to prepare them. So technically, all of them.
Oh God, there's got to be a way to do
Oh,
all the druid ones
right.
at once.
I wish there was, you guys. No, there is a way.
I
You
wish I
go
was
to the. No, it's okay, don't worry. To import all of your spells, go into the compendiums, and at the bottom there should be a button which is like a little flame, and it says Compendium Browser, right?
Yeah.
Click on that, go over to spells at the top, and then you can
Yeah.
filter it. So you can say,
Ooh.
all right, I want first level spells for druids, and then you can just. I
Thank
don't know if you can
so
mass
much.
import them. It'll definitely be faster than just having, nothing.
Yeah, thank you.
For some reason, when I click druid, it only gives like 5 spells.
Yeah,
So I guess
same.
druids only get 5 spells overall.
You know what? That's fine.
Sorry about that. I wonder why that is.
What?
Should be
Did
more,
you
shouldn't
select
it?
the right spell list?
Definitely,
I mean,
yeah.
it's druid.
Sorry, Daniel.
Did you put the right spell casting entry?
I mean, I think I shouldn't
I
change a
think
thing for the list.
I think
Did you
it's
get-
sorting it by only the spells that only druids have, rather than any spells that.
Yeah, druid spells and
Have?
not spells available to druids.
Yeah, sorry, different in Pathfinder. I believe you get all spells of a certain type. if I'm not wrong. Daniel, correct me on this, please, if I'm wrong. Wouldn't Johanna get all primal spells if she's a druid
Yeah, that
Think I read
and be
that,
able to
yeah.
like prepare them? Because if you do
Oh,
that, then you can
please
just click
kill me.
primal, and then you'll get all the primal spells. Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
good.
hate
Wait, that's a
myself.
lot.
That's a
I
lot.
hate myself. Okay,
Is
let's
there
stop
really no
this.
way of mass importing at all?
This is fine.
All right. Listen, I'm gonna give you a tip. I'd say you just look up a list of the best druid spells and or the best primal spells in Pathfinder Second Edition, and just import a list of those and ones you think you, rather than importing all of them. Because really,
That would be
if you wanna
wonderful,
prepare another one,
but
what's
it's not
this?
just drag and drop. It doesn't work
Wait,
for some
what?
reason. Like, I
It
need to
should
put that in like
work.
spellcasting, right? Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
I added. Wait. I've got it for you. Don't worry. No. Don't worry. No panic. What's your spellcasting ability modifier?
Uh-huh.
Is it wisdom? Do you cast spells with wisdom?
Sure. I don't. Let me check.
I think you do.
It
What's
would
your
make
highest skill?
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't pay any attention to that because I am a tiny bit overwhelmed. Oh my god, there's stuff.
I added something to your spellcasting,
Yeah.
I believe. And now you should just be able to. Uh. Huh.
Does it work now?
Does it work? Who knows?
Let me try to drop something in there.
Okay, I'm gonna pull in
Oh?
air bubble. Yes. No? Yes, it
Kinda.
does. That's acid splash. That was not air bubble.
Yeah, but that was me.
Air
I
warp.
put stuff. Can I just throw that
Alright.
anywhere? I can't. Interesting.
Hmm. Hmm.
No. Why is it? Is acid splash cantrip? I don't know.
Acid splash is a cantrip, yes.
Okay.
It won't put spells in the wrong place. It won't. So you can just drag and drop them all dilly dally. For some reason it's not letting, oh no, it is letting me drag and. Okay. Good luck, Johanna. I'll leave you to it. Have
I am
fun.
very confused. Where like half of the
There's always a search bar if you can't find something.
okay, now I just need to drop it in like the right kind of the right place, like high enough up there.
Speak the truth.
It's fine.
Daniel, just so you're aware, you have no ammo for your crossbow, so it is currently useless.
Thank you.
Hopeful
Make
tips
sure you
with
mark off
Rick.
how much it would cost.
I'm sure we're gonna
Top
use
tips with
all of
Rick.
this so often. This is so worth it, totally. Don't we all love create
Joanna.
quarter?
Are you putting all of them in?
Yes.
Well, you know, it specifically calls it a preparation shortlist because it's like the ones you really want prepared. It's
you.
not every single spell you'll
I
ever have
hate
in your
you,
entire
Greg.
life.
I hate you.
I think maybe
I need to swap
I am not
cantrips
the one
either
in the wrong
way.
in this situation.
This is fine. This is totally fine.
So, Michael, have you chosen a class yet?
Yeah, changed it into rogue, and I'm taking
Oh, yeah.
Magus archetype also with it.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know
Can
how
you
I
do
did
that at
that.
level 1, or are you doing it at level
Yeah,
2?
yeah, because I picked up what was the Eldritch Trickster racket, so it allowed me to
Oh, right.
multiclass in the another class. I'm just looking through the like skill feats. There was a really there's one skill that sounds really niche, like sign language. I can like learn sign language. So,
I think that's important, you
Daniel
know?
built this whole character
That'll
on a feat that
definitely
lets you
matter.
use cards as knives.
oh,
That
there's
is
all
true. He did do that.
there's also skill feat for reading from lips. So I
That's
guess
pretty
that's
cool.
also a thing. I do
Yeah, that is strange because I'm looking at the rogue right now, and it does. Yeah, it tells you to choose an archetype, but then it locks it behind level 2,
yeah,
which is strange because it
yeah.
shouldn't do that.
Mm,
Yeah, it says you gain the
Magic
archetype's
cantrip.
dedication feat as a bonus feat, even though you don't meet its level prerequisite.
yeah,
So you can still get it, it just might not. Yeah, I don't know actually. I guess you can just do that in the foundry itself.
yeah.
Because I don't know why that wouldn't work. Sorry, Johanna, what did you say?
I just either forgot or didn't realize that something is some. I don't know. Brain moved on.
Brain does
Forget
do
that I'm
that.
saying anything.
Brain move on.
Quick question.
Ah,
Oh, you should just. Sorry, Daniel, one moment. You should be able to pick it, like if you, even if the name is like grayed out, if you click on like Magus dedication and then click accept, it should still just let you take it. It
Yeah.
might give you a warning, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Daniel.
Quick question. So throughout the world, what would you say be? Is it like, are there any like most common languages that a lot of people speak?
Well, there is common, which is always handy to know. The language of nobility is Elvish. So elves, for like 95% of them are dead. Elves are very, very, very rare, and even the ones still alive are much less powerful than the original true elves. So they live to like 150. So the Elvish language in this world is basically Latin. So if you want to be able to speak, like nobility will generally know Common, but if you want to come off as more noble, you can take Elvish. Otherwise, Markovia is filled with Goblin clans. If you want to be a bit more rough and tumble, you can try and take some Goblin language. Honestly, I'm not that well versed in the Pathfinder languages. As well, Gnomish is a language that's pretty frequent in the Santish Republic, which is sort of off. Markovia doesn't have its own, it's just common, because it's boring like that. So yeah, it's generally relatively the same. You've got the races and they have the languages.
Thanks. I think I'm done.
Oh, we've got second place.
Yeah.
I think you got to stream The Sims now.
mm.
You just have to. Why were you playing The Sims, Daniel?
It's a really good game.
Based.
I mean, not. Well, I mean, I do enjoy a bit of The Sims, but I meant more so. Why were you playing The Sims? Like 10 minutes after we were meant to start.
Oh yeah, I just lost track of time.
The funny part to me is is that you actually started playing it like right when I got into the call, and so it looked like you had like seen me get in the car. You're like, it's time. It's Sims time actually for this one.
Okay, Greg, I'll pull in like spells that are like sometime else, like during the week.
Okay, as long as you do it
look at
before this
Yeah.
Saturday, or at least whenever the session is, that's okay.
Yeah.
Just also remember, other than creating a character, just to know, other than what's the word, manual, like other than just making the sheet, also have some sort of a home region for them, as that's important for a reason I
Whatever
will
you
not
said was
disclose.
the thing in whatever frozen area.
Okay, good. Dumnach, which is home to people sometimes, but mostly not actually. So yeah, just make sure you do it before the next session, and that'll be
Two
okay.
more little things. Um,
Uh-huh.
where do I find like ancestry feeds? Because for some reason I didn't find what I was looking for.
If you go to the compendium, it's not
Yeah.
opening for me, but I'm pretty sure there should just be an ancestry feats thing under items.
Yeah, I'll just get another one. Oh, that's fine. Because then I'll just get arcane tattoos instead of. It's just a feat, which technically should be the ancestry feat, but. Nope, I'm just blind. Forget what I
Oh,
said.
is it?
And everything I just said.
I'm actually not sure if ancestry. I think
It's a
that might just be
thing, but it
ancestry
doesn't really
features
work.
rather than feats. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, what it tells me in a path builder is like ancestry feeds. I can find that in features or in feeds, so I'll just use it from there.
Yeah, I think it's
Sure, it won't be confusing
feats
in
because
the
I
end.
think ancestry features is specifically like stuff you just get when you choose an ancestry rather than something you choose. I think the feats compendium is just everything. But
Yeah, it gives
also
me
it's
stuff I
generally
want.
much easier to find things if you use the compendium browser, which the button is under all the compendiums, because you
Fair
can
enough.
just search stuff and you can be like, oh, I want an ancestry feat for my I don't know, my goblin, and then you can take bouncy goblin, which I now want. Can I have the get bouncy goblin feat? Oh.
Bouncy Goblin is the meta actually. That's like the
Bouncy goblin is the most OP feat in
yeah,
Pathfinder.
it goes pretty insane actually.
Greg, will you be okay with me taking arcane tattoos even though it's uncommon?
Let me just look at it, just in case there's something crazy happening in it. Arcane tattoos. Oh yeah, why not, bro? Go ahead.
Go
Lovely.
ahead, bro.
Actually, it doesn't say it's uncommon for me, but either
Well,
way,
it
you can
does for
take it.
me.
Oh, crazy! Time flies when you're having fun.
And other thing, last thing, what did you say about the animal thingy thing? Tab, whatever it was.
There's a specific pet section in Path. It probably isn't necessary because it's bought and it's a bit of a pain. I'm pretty sure there should just be. Yeah, because there's no pet section in the foundry itself, so it wouldn't import over anyway, so it doesn't matter. Just you can just keep track of whatever pet you might have. Um, I'll look into how that actually works a bit. If you're a druid with a animal, are you of the animal order?
I believe I was, yeah. That would,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So I'll search some animal companions. I assume you want a cat.
Nope.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What sort are you looking for?
I texted you.
Oh, someone sent me a friend request.
This is
Oh.
Jack.
So nice. Who?
Jack.
Oh, Jack!
But How did you?
Oh,
How-
Jack! Yes, Johanna, that's completely okay, and in fact, I'm very happy about it.
I can't tell if you're sarcastic or not.
I've never been sarcastic in my entire life.
Okay, that means yes. Perfect.
I mean, you're gonna have to be the one to count everywhere.
Yes. Yes, I see that. But still.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, question. When you were talking about languages, did you say Gnomish or Goblin?
I mentioned both. Gnomish is the language of it's not like they still mostly speak common, but it's the native language of the Santish Republic, while Goblin is the native language of many goblins living in the Santish Republic and in outlaw tribes across the Grand Duchy of Markovia.
Awesome, thanks.
Bro.
Sis.
What did you just call me?
Sis.
Just call me a sister?
Sure.
Daniel, what's wrong with you?
Nothing.
Daniel?
Yeah?
You're disgusting. So, Hayden, how's your character coming along?
Me?
Yeah, you.
He's coming
What's
along.
going on?
He's pretty much he's set. I decided on my voice. So I am going to put big gaps in my sentences. That's all it is.
So he's
He's like either Barack
North
Obama
Carolina
or
senator.
what's the other guy's name? The actor.
Joe
Christopher
Biden.
Walken. It's either Christopher Walken or Barack Obama.
Christopher Walken. Interesting. So you're always going to be making political speeches.
That was already the case.
No matter what you're saying. Yeah.
It's like I'm essentially it's going to be like I'm always reading off a teleprompter. That's kind of what I'm going for.
Mm. There is law-wise an actual teleprompter.
Mm-hmm.
It's a curse.
Yeah, I was cursed by an ancient evil.
Known as the teller, the teller, the teller tyrant, Jariv Magul. That's the new BBG, you guys. It's the teller tyrant. He curses people by only being able to speak with a teleprompter.
I'm a fan.
Good.
I think I'm also done besides like the spells, but
Besides the boring stuff you can do at some other time. Okay, how are you getting along? Oh, nice. You know, I've never really thought of it that way.
My internet cut out and someone said something. Oh.
Nope. You got the full picture, don't worry, Daniel.
Okay.
Oh, someone's character got a name. It was Daniel's character, you guys. Daniel's character got a name.
That's crazy.
How did you do that? Oh my god, he got a surname as well. Holy shit. Oh my god, this guy's really growing up before my eyes.
Whoa.
No way! Oh, also, Daniel, to do with dragons, the lizard folk, because you're a dragon sorcerer, the lizard folk of Sarkanya down here, they're basically descended from the servants of dragons, and they worship the dragons, which are now long dead, of course, because they're dragons. Because if they wouldn't be long dead, they'd just rule the world, because they're just superior to every other race. But they worship the long dead dragons as like gods, basically. So I don't know. You don't need to have any connection to this, but I thought maybe backstory wise that could be something. Yes. Something else I wanted to say, but I forgot. Oh, also they have this really cool nature magic, which they can basically terraform the world around them. So they made this whole coast like really swelteringly hot because, you know, they're lizards, so they wanted it to be really extremely hot, but it's really uncomfortable for anyone else. So they basically just destroy the landscape to make it work for them.
Yeah. That's good.
If you guys wouldn't mind, I'd go now because I have school tomorrow. Sadly.
You're still at school.
Yeah. Bless you.
Bless you.
Isn't it a bank
Yeah,
holiday
that's in
tomorrow?
Scotland.
Isn't it a bank holiday tomorrow, like the whole world?
What's tomorrow?
No.
I don't know. It's just a bank holiday. You know how it'd be?
I
I'm
don't.
on study leave. So that's the only reason I'm not.
It's National Great American Pot Pie Day.
Okay, well,
Ah,
tomorrow,
yes.
for
That
what it's
might be
worth, is
why.
not a bank holiday in America, so I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't think
It's
there's
also
anything really.
it's also National Checkers Day and Dogs in Politics Day.
I
Alright.
think I should be allowed to stay at home because of that.
Yeah,
That seems
You
possible.
should.
that makes sense to me.
Anyway, Johanna,
Yeah.
have a good sleep. Have fun.
Yep. Have fun, you guys.
Don't forget to fill out your stuff before next session.
It's only the
Alright.
spells and backstory then. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Do, 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 do,
Bye.
do, 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 do.
Remember Baby Shark?
Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do. But Jesus Christ, it's killing me.
That's very good.
Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, mommy shark, do 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 do. Mommy shark, do do. Dee 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 dee. What comes next? Run away, do 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 do. Run away, do do. That is part of the song. It doesn't come next. It's the final. It's the final verse. But you know,
I'm glad
I
you
can't be
skipped the
bothered to
end.
go through the entire
That was kind of
Shark family. No worries, Hayden.
How are you, Michael?
What? Did someone say something? Nothing. I'm just focusing too much on the fucking cactus shit.
Michael, how's your love life?
Really
getting right into
nicely,
it.
actually. Yeah, I've been
That's good.
in 2-3 months. I've been 3 years in a relationship.
Oh wow,
So yeah, love works.
that's good. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I'm also proud of myself. Okay.
All right. Well, I think I'm also going to head out because I need to go eat food and unpack my car, or rather, clean my car and then start to pack it because I'm moving out soon. So I will see y'all. Message me if obviously anything comes up that I need to be present for as far as Squim and the other characters of the campaign go.
Of course.
I'll see ya.
Yes.
Oh, I
See
guess the
you next
stream.
Saturday. If
I guess it's the end of the stream as
no,
well.
you
I
should
didn't
just
think
keep
about
it
that.
on. You should just keep it on after you leave.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
have
that
it be
doesn't
your
really work.
desktop or something.
How would that work?
It's okay. The stream can end. I think we're at
All
the
right.
point where the
Yeah,
stream
fair
can
enough.
end.
The stream will
I
probably.
think it's allowed to end.
I don't know that we had a viewer the whole time.
Goodbye, viewers. Goodbye,
yeah,
fans.
I'll see ya.
Goodbye, Wacko super fans.
Stream
Toodle
is
toodle pip.
down.